Hey, it's Kim Komando today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to komando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. Okay, it really does look like this. It's huge. I mean, I'm not really sure how your head is going to be able to support the weight of this thing for longer than just a few minutes. But Mark Zuckerberg, he's always looking out for us. Thank you, Mark. He released a video this past week of him using Meta's new VR headset. It kind of looks like someone strapped a laptop to your face. Seriously. Anyway, in this video, we see Zuckerberg playing with, and he's petting a virtual creature that's superimposed onto the real world. Oh, he's so sweet. And then you see someone in VR right in front of you, motivating you to get your fat butt off the couch and exercise. Now, you have to remember, though, that a lot of people say, well, Zuckerberg, Facebook, Meta, where did that come from? Well, they changed the name from Facebook to Meta some time ago. Now, presumably because they never made a decision that's not to encroach on more of our privacy. And on that happy note, welcome once again to America's largest show about all things digital, your most trusted source. You can find us streaming in your favorite radio app, streaming as a podcast, a webcast 24/7 over at getkim.com. And of course, on your local radio station. We love you for that. So be sure to send a note or drop something on social media, DM them and say, hey, thank you so much for carrying the Kim Komando Show. It means a lot. And I'd also like to say thank you to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio. That's everybody in the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, the Coast Guard, and the Space Force who are protecting our great nation. I love this. 375,000 American servicemen and women in 175 countries. And this is the coolest part to me. 200 ships at sea get the Kim Komando Show. Thank you guys and gals for listening. And our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open. I'm sure you have at least a few questions about something digital, and that number is 1-888-825-5254. Once again, is the way to join us. All right, let's start with 5 things that have changed recently in consumer tech, things that you need to know about so you don't waste your money on buying old technology or sitting there saying, what am I doing now with this thing, or what's going on with this particular company? And we're going to start with Google. Google had their convention, their announcement, and all the companies, companies have them. And this is Google's. They had theirs this past week. Covered so much ground. Okay. Google Maps has something called Immersive View. Wow. If you haven't seen Immersive View, just Google it, Immersive View, and watch the video. They have this video of London. And so just imagine you go to Google Maps and you are looking for Big Ben, or you want to go to Westminster Abbey, and you pull up Google Maps and then it shows you like an interactive map. But you are there. These are 3D buildings. Birds are going. And then you can see what the lines are like at Westminster Abbey. And then you can actually go into a restaurant next door, all virtually on the map. So you can see what exactly the restaurant looks like before you stand in line outside. Amazing. I can't wait for that. Now there's Look to Talk. You don't have to say anything. Now you just look at your Nest Hub and you can just start talking. Quick phrases. This way you don't have to say that hey word anymore. Google Assistant, they say, is going to be more patient. Thank you, Google Assistant. Appreciate that. YouTube's going to get auto-generated chapters, transcriptions, and translations. Google Translate, I don't know how they're doing it, but they're adding 24 more languages. Google Docs, that's what I'm saying. It has a lot. Kind of like a Cliff Notes version you're going to now have. Google Search. And so, for example, you can take a photo of something you need using Google Lens, and then it's going to show you where you can buy it locally. Isn't this just really, truly amazing stuff? Google Messages getting end-to-end encryption. Google Wallet's going to hold your driver's license. And then, of course, Google and privacy. They said, all right, we've got some more things. We've got new ways for you to get rid of ads. We're going to get more virtual cards. And that's basically you're going to get a virtual card when you use Google, when you go to buy something, and then you get another one. Then there's some more, I guess you should say, safety features inside Workplace. Okay, now that was all the software. Okay, now, because we all use Google, here's what's coming in the hardware. Brand new Pixel 6a smartphone, 2 12-megapixel rear cameras, 128 gigs of storage. This one is going to cost $450. Pre-order start in just a couple of months. The 7 Pro. The big deal was the Pixel Watch. Okay, because, of course, you got Apple, you got the Apple Watch. Now, what about Google? The Pixel Watch is going to look like any other watch out there. And don't forget that they also have bought Fitbit, so there's going to be some integration with that. Google SOS now can detect car crashes, falls, and other accidents. That's also coming to Wear OS. And then the mysterious AR glasses are back. Google's back with glasses, yes. Translate features. When somebody's talking, you can just see exactly what they're saying in the glass. It seems like the only thing that Google's now missing is a way to record your bowel movements. Seriously, if they had that, what would they call it? I was thinking like Google Sheets. 3 on our list, the end of an era. Oh, so sad. 20 years ago, Apple brought out one of the biggest product lines in history. 20 years ago. Anybody care to guess? Yes, the iPod. That's right. October of 2001, it was released. The world changed. And MP3s already existed. So did MP3 players. But the iPod was the first to hold. Here's a little fun fact for you. How many songs? How many songs did the first iPod hold? Anybody? 1,000 songs. 1,000 songs. And then, of course, we had the iPhone in 2007. The demand kind of went by the wayside. And now all they have is the iPod Touch, which hasn't changed much in about a decade. It ends with the 7th gen iPod Touch, was first released in 2019. And so in case you have an older iPod, in case you're wondering, now might be a really good time to sell it or a really good time to hold it. I was on eBay just looking at some prices, and I saw an iPod Touch for sale with about 20 people watching it for $6,500. Wow. And I have to tell you, I wish I had one to sell, but my old iPod stopped running a long time ago. I mean, I can't even get it to Walkman. Sorry. All right, number 4 on our list. What's better than affordable internet? Free internet. That's right. We have the Affordable Connectivity Program, which launched in the beginning of the year as part of this whole $1 trillion infrastructure package. Now, under that, low-income households, you can qualify, get to the $30 knocked off your monthly internet fee. So a new deal was announced this past week, and that monthly internet could be free. That's right. Monday, the White House said 20 internet service providers have agreed to provide discounted service to eligible households. The ISPs include AT&T, Comcast, Frontier, Cox, Spectrum, and Verizon's Fios. They say nearly 50 million American households could take advantage of this. It applies to people at an income at or below 200% of the federal poverty level, or someone who participates in a certain government program, such as the Federal Public Housing Assistance. If you want to know more about this ACP, the Affordability Connectivity Program, and now how to get it for free, we've got a lot of the details and the forms and the links and everything you might need over at komando.com. All right, number 5 on our list is, I don't know if it really goes together, EV and Harley. EV Harley. Harley-Davidson has a spin-off company called LiveWire that builds electric motorcycles. They have a new bike on the way. It's affordable. A middleweight motorcycle called the S2 Del Mar, 80 horsepower, goes 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds or less. It gets about 100 miles on a charge for city driving. And it has Dunlop tires that are good for both paved roads and off-road riding. Now, LiveWire's first electric motorcycle was released this summer of 2019. It has a starting price of just under $30,000. Now, last summer, they released the LiveWire One with a starting price of $22,000. Now, this one, the S2 Del Mar, is $15,000. Pre-orders sold out in less than 20 minutes. Now, if you're interested, you can put your names to a wait list. It just is kind of funny to me because, what do you think about when you hear Harley-Davidson? You hear like that, like that growl of that motorcycle, Harley-Davidson electric bike. Just, maybe there's an app. You need to get an app. So if you have an electric Harley-Davidson, I want you to just put an app so it sounds like that throaty, like when you're driving along. I mean, I tried an electric motorcycle once, but couldn't get it started. I'm not sure if the battery is dead or if the bike was too tired. Oh, I'm on a roll now. Watch out. All right. I heard you laugh. Okay. All right. We're going to be talking about how you can record video on your phone in an emergency. Let's say that something's happening, an assailant's coming, or, I don't know, you're in a protest, or you went to go pick something up at a store and somebody went crazy on you, or it's road rage, whatever it is. And so you need to be able to make that video in a nanosecond without like opening your phone, showing your face, typing in your passcode, your passphrase. So what are some ways that you can do this in an instant? And this is a fun fact that you need to know, and you need to share it with your family members and friends too, especially younger kids. And then still to come this hour, super excited for Brand New or Not True this week. It's going to be really, really hard. I know I say that a lot, but this week I think it's really going to be incredibly difficult. So stay right where you are here with the Kim Komando Show. How'd you like to hear about how I saved $456 in just 5 minutes? I used an app called Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Can you remember all the free trials and all the other random subscriptions that you've signed up for? Of course you don't, and that's what they're banking on. I love that with Rocket Money, I can see all of my subscriptions in one place. Then if I see something I don't want, I just tap to cancel, and I never have to get on the phone with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things that you just don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Okay, I'm sure it's happened to you. It's happened to me. Is that you are talking about something and then later on you start seeing ads for it online. You're like, what is Facebook? Are they really listening? I'm going to be talking more about that. Now, as I mentioned, we have Brand New or Not True. And of course, our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254. Once again, is the way to join us. And how about we start this hour with Mike in Phoenix, Arizona. Hello there, Mike.
Hi, Kim. Thank you for taking the call. I greatly appreciate it.
You betcha. What's going on?
Well, I live in a town that has a lot of tourist attractions. And I've noticed tourists, they would take their pictures in front of these different attractions, and usually one person in front of the picture, or in the picture. And I remember riding my motorcycle to Sturgis one time, and there was a guy along the side of the road, and he's all the bikers. And then you go further down the road, and there would be instructions, a big sign to tell you how to log on to a website to view your picture and purchase it. And I thought that might be a good idea for business here in town. And I've searched all the internet places, and I just cannot find a website that provides that service. And along with that, I was wondering if you had a different idea of how to do this mobile picture tourist business.
Well, it's a great idea, and you're right there, and especially now with Phoenix. Oh my gosh, it is so crowded, isn't it?
Yes.
It's amazing. I mean, and even, my son and I were joking recently about like how all these people moved to Phoenix over the last year. And now they're sitting here saying, it's not that hot. It's only 100 degrees. And then it's like, oh, no, wait, just wait till it gets to be 122. Okay, we're just saying, just wait a little bit before that. Okay, well, there are a couple of websites that you can use to do this. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to create, they give you everything that you need, okay? So you're going to create the website, and then they're going to give you the address, and then they are going to let you upload your photo.
Okay.
And then in addition to that, you can have them buy things, whether it's a keychain, it's a photo, it's a magnet, whatever it may be. And then they're going to take like 10% of the action, but you don't have to do any of the fulfillment. You don't have to do anything.
Oh,
you're just
great.
taking the picture. Okay. So, I mean, if you ever wanted to get into the photography business, I don't think there's been a better time than right now. Because there are these websites that I mentioned, like one that's really been very, very popular is called SmugMug. Okay. And with SmugMug is that you can also put like some copyrighted watermark on the photos as well. But you can manage the site on the go. You have unlimited, they say, photo and video uploads. You get stats, SEO. There's private galleries. There's password protected galleries. And so, let's say you take a picture of somebody, I don't know, say at the Botanical Garden, right?
Right.
And I don't know if you'd actually need permission inside the Botanical Garden. That's a whole nother thing. I'm going to let you take care of that.
Okay.
So, but let's say that you're outside Diamondback Stadium, even better yet. Okay. and people are coming out of the game and they're all excited. They're going to the game. They're so excited. And so, you could take their picture because, somebody's going to be taking the picture and you say, hey, I can take a picture of everybody, for $5 or whatever. And if you don't like the picture, there's no obligation for you to buy it. But here's the card. And then you give them a card and it has your web address and the password to get in there. Now, alternatively, if it was a different scenario, is that maybe what you could do is to actually print the picture on right there, which there are portable photo printers that you could do that they use, like, for example, at weddings, and that they do it like some of these booths where you can put on like a funny face and glasses and a scarf and, take crazy pictures. And so, but that's totally up to you if you wanted to go that. I would start small and look at SmugMug, or there's another one called Zenfolio, SmugMug or Zenfolio. And I'll post links to these over at Komando.com. Once again, that's either Zenfolio or SmugMug. But I think SmugMug is probably better for you. I think Zenfolio is more for like wedding photographers. And SmugMug sounds like it might be really up your alley. No pun intended, Mike. And I'll post links to these for everybody over inside the Komando community. That's komando.com/community. And when you're there, hit the link that says Q&A forum. It's always on the left-hand side. Mike, thanks for your call today. Appreciate you getting through. All right, so you need to know how to record video in a complete emergency. When your screen is locked on your iPhone, press and hold the power button on the side. You don't need to open the phone. Just press the camera button on the lower right for about 2 seconds. Hold the shutter, and here's the magic. Photo mode instantly turns into video mode, and a video will start recording. Now, there are so many different Android phones, I can't give steps for everything, but generally you're going to double tap the power button to bring up the camera app, and then press and hold the shutter button, and that's going to be the magic where you can take a video on your Android phone. All right, we have Brand New or Not True, just seconds away. And I'm telling you, if you haven't had your coffee, if you don't have your thinking cap on, you're not going to want to miss latest edition of America's radio game show sensation. All right, it's time now for Brand New or Not True. It is America's favorite radio game show sensation where you can play along at home and guess, is it brand new or is it not true? And this week is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Yes, when playing Brand New or Not True, I present you, the home listener, along with a very special guest contestant, 3 gadgets in the tech world. Now, 2 of these gadgets are completely fake. I made them up. But one is absolutely true that you'll be able to buy, if not now, very soon. Now, you'll notice that there are no product names given in Brand New or Not True because, well, some people cheat. That's right. And they will Google the product names and say, oh, Kim, I'm so smart. I knew exactly which one was the real one. Yes, and they actually sound like that. So we don't have any cheating. So joining us this week, playing Brand New or Not True, is Gary in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Hello there, Gary.
Hi, how you doing?
Greg. I'm sorry.
It's Greg.
I'm good. So, yes. So what do you do, Greg, in Lake Havasu?
I'm retired now.
And what did you do before?
I was a piping designer in the petrochemical industry.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so you're super smart, right? You're going to be
able
to guess.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Okay. All right, Greg, you ready to start playing? Now remember, 2 are fake and 1's real.
All right.
I'm going to start with, do you like to camp, Greg?
Not really.
All right. Well, if you're the person that likes to be one with nature and smell the trees and see the night sky, there's a new smart camping tent. The high-tech tent is made of lightweight, water-resistant nylon. You open it up, and built into the fabric is a collection of photovoltaic cells, solar cells. You use it to power your lights and recharge your phone. It also has some small phones for constant air circulation. But this is a really super smart tent. It also has a femtocell. That's a cellular signal extender that really works. So if you have 1 bar while you're camping from your cellular provider, you might have 3 bars. Now, your mileage will vary, especially if you're in the mountains. But if you're hanging out on the beach in Lake Havasu or other flat areas, it's going to work really well. Because not having any internet when you're in nature and when you're camping is intense. $179. Okay. Ready for product number 2?
All right.
Do you snore when you sleep, Greg?
Probably.
Okay, well, then this product is for you because sleep is so important to our bodies. When you don't have enough sleep, you're not motivated to do anything. So we've seen a rise in people who have these CPAP machines by their bedsides. You know, those breathing machines? Sounds like this when you're sleeping.
Right.
like Darth Vader's right next to you.
Right.
Well, now there's a new sleep pillow. It's been formulated and developed for anyone struggling with chronic snoring. It detects, records, and analyzes your snoring. And when it's detected, it's a pillow. And it has airbags on the inside. And so when you're snoring, the airbags inflate. So it repositions your head so you stop snoring. And they say this will allow for a restful night of sleep. Now, of course, this is a smart pillow, so it has data analysis and feedback. So you can monitor your sleeping patterns and trends for a day, a week, or a month. And this new smart pillow is not the same thing as the new corduroy pillows. I don't know if you've heard about those, because they're really making headlines. $250. And finally, product number 3. Why just have a hamster cage that's just a wheel in a cage, right? We need a smart hamster cage. It's a tech upgrade for that runabout habitat. The new smart hamster cage looks like one of those snazzy, colorful plastic cages, has a few wheels and a lookout tower at the top, but this hamster cage has smarts. It gathers data about your pet hamster, how active he is, how he travels on the wheel and goes throughout the cage. And if your hamster is not as active as it normally is, well, it turns on certain mood-boosting lights and hamster-friendly sounds. Now, as a bonus, you can program the smart hamster cage to drop food at scheduled times throughout the day, so you never forget to feed your pet hamster. Now, of course, there's an app that allows you to see how your hamster is moving, or not, when you're not home. Now, this product is not available yet in the United States. It's only available in Hamsterdam. All right. So, Craig, we have 3 products. We have product number 1. It's up to you to decide which is the real product. Product number 1 is the smart tent. Product number 2 is the smart pillow. Product number 3 is the smart hamster cage. So, the pressure's on, sir. Which one is the real one? And I will tell you, I forgot to tell you that if you guess correctly, you get the much coveted Kim Komando Show fanny pack, which everybody wants. So.
I think I'm going to go with the smart tent.
Going to go with the smart tent. Okay. Final answer, Greg? Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what our panel of judges say. Greg in Lake Havasu City, going for the Kim Komando Show fanny pack, has selected the smart tent as the real product.
It finds the optimal sleeping position through an exact algorithm.
Yes.
The patented noise-canceling module.
Yep, it's the pillow.
Really? Wow.
The smart pillow. Yes, it actually won a Consumer Electronics Show just a few months ago. It won one of the Innovation Awards of the year. So but it only works when you sleep on your back.
Oh, that wouldn't work for me.
No, because everybody else sleeps on their side or on their stomachs. And so if you're snoring, if you're snoring and if you sleep on your back, that it might be able to help you. I mean, snoring, it comes easy to me. It does. I mean, I can do it in my sleep. I really can. It's just kind of that was a joke, Craig. Get it? Snoring, so easy. Do it in my sleep. And tough crowd. You're a tough crowd. All right, what's going on with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw it in one of your email letters. And I asked a question about if you would consider putting any of your shows or anything on Rumble.
Now, Rumble is really interesting to me because think about if you are going to compete against anything, would you want to compete against YouTube, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not feeling like that would be a really good investment of time, effort, energy, and money.
Yeah.
But the guy actually started, I think it was in 2009, and he's got some funding since then, and I think he's got 6.5 million views. I've done some research on it, and we're by YouTube will show you videos that based upon what you've already seen by these Google algorithms. Is that Rumble shows you things like, oh, this is what has been posted lately, or you have to know to go search for somebody.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that Kip, our EVP, came to me and Jeremy about, maybe about a month or so ago and says, hey, we ought to put our stuff on Rumble. And so, yes, you can now find us on Rumble.
Oh, cool. I'll look for it.
Just got to search. Yeah, just search for Kim Komando and make sure that you spread the word, right?
Yep.
Share the love. Share the know-how, good things like that, and even though you didn't choose the Smart Pillow, let's go ahead and send you the official Kim Komando Show fanny pack
cool.
for being such a great
Thank you.
contestant. We appreciate you, Greg, and thanks for being a listener. Thanks for telling everybody about Rumble as well. That's at rumble.com, just like it sounds, rumble.com. How'd you like to hear about how I saved $456 in just 5 minutes? I used an app called Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Can you remember all the free trials and all the other random subscriptions that you've signed up for? Of course you don't, and that's what they're banking on. I love that with Rocket Money, I can see all of my subscriptions in one place. Then if I see something I don't want, I just tap to cancel, and I never have to get on the phone with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things that you just don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. All right, let's go ahead and do our digital life hacks tip. And this week it's all about how to fix the darn Wi-Fi. How do you get faster speeds already? And this week it's brought to you by one of our great sponsors, Angie. Okay, so your Wi-Fi isn't as great as it should be. And I will tell you, to fix your Wi-Fi, we have pretty much given you nothing short of a book on how to do this. But it starts with brand new on Komando.com is the router quiz. And so if you're sitting there saying, oh, my router is old, I don't know what to do with it, or do I need a new router? Do I need a mesh router? Do I need what kind of router? Is that we put together a quiz. So you just answer a few basic questions, and then we will tell you what is the best router for your home. And so based on square footage, of course. So you're going to have to give us your square footage, but we don't save any of the data, so don't worry about that. We're just going to tell you the right router for you to get. And so head over to Komando.com, and the router quiz is right there on the homepage. But you also have to consider other things if you don't need a new router. Is you want to update your router software, because routinely the router companies issue firmware updates, and it's not like they call you up and say, hey, Greg in Havasu City, I just wanted to let you know that there's a new update. No, they don't do that. It's up to you to go do it. So you want to check, say, every 3 months, at least every 6 months for a new update for your router's firmware. If you're not sure how to get into your router's admin area, we're going to tell you how to do that too. You also might want to change the channel, because if you're using 2.4 gigahertz, it's pretty congested. And so we have a free app network analyzer to help you do that. You're also going to look for interference by doing a heat map of where your Wi-Fi is going in your house. And so where is it stopping? Why is it being blocked? And you might be a way around that. You always want to put the kids and guests on their own network and enable what's called QFS, quality of service. We're going to tell you how to do that too. It's a really nifty solution that lets you prioritize your traffic. So you can say to the kids, they won't even know. Just say, if you're on the Xbox, lower quality of service. Mom and dad on Zoom calls, watching TV, higher quality of service. 5, mesh is the word. It's really hard to beat a mesh network nowadays. And you want to choose the right band. And you might need an upgraded router. And of course, as I mentioned, we have that router quiz to help you out. So if you're sitting there and you're getting frustrated by your Wi-Fi and you're wondering, what the heck is going on? I want to fix it forever. Well, you've come to the right place. Head over to Komando.com with a K, of course. And when you're there, just go ahead and hit the link at the top that says Kim Show. All right, still to come. Oh, man, it's happened to you. I know what's happening to me. You're sitting there, you're having a conversation about something, and suddenly you go to your Facebook account, and then you're like, dang, wow. Zuck is getting more Zuck bucks because he's listening to every single thing that I say and selling all that to some more advertising companies. I'm going to give you the straight scoop, and we have more of your phone calls here on the Kim Komando Show. All right. Hey, I just want to let you know that I have a daily podcast. That's right. Monday through Friday, you can get Kim Komando Today. Yes, Kim Komando Today. That's why it's called Kim Komando Today, because you get Monday through Friday. And every Friday is a special edition of Kim Komando Today that Allie and Matt join us. And we call that Tech Refresh. So wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K, of course, and make sure that you subscribe and get Kim Komando Today. Once again, that's Kim Komando Today with a K, of course. How'd you like to hear about how I saved $456 in just 5 minutes? I used an app called Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Can you remember all the free trials and all the other random subscriptions that you've signed up for? Of course you don't, and that's what they're banking on. I love that with Rocket Money, I can see all of my subscriptions in one place. Then if I see something I don't want, I just tap to cancel, and I never have to get on the phone with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things that you just don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Greg in Fayetteville, Georgia. Hello there, Greg.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How can I help you?
I am trying to get a pre-1940s rotary telephone into the 21st century, and I'm trying to find a way to make it digitally work.
So, wow. So do you have? So it's a pre-19. So is it one of those old black ones?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's so cool. What makes you want to get it to work?
Well,
Nostalgia?
I've gotten it from my dad's old home place, and I found a company and they refurbished it to where you could work on the little plug-ins, and then I went digital here at the house, and I'd like to get it where to work now.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? When I saw your question in my inbox, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And then you were so kind to send Marianne some photos of it. That's an amazing phone. I mean, just for a second, could you imagine all the phone calls and the conversations that happened on that phone and what they were talking about?
Oh, yeah, because at my dad's place, they had the layout of the house. They had a long hallway. On one side were all the bedrooms, and on the other side were the living spaces. And they had the phone right in the middle and in the hallway. And that way, because when that ringer goes off, it'll wake a dead. And that's the way they talk. That's the only way they could talk.
Yeah, exactly. And then party lines and people listening in on over the conversations, stuff like that. Yeah, there's some fabulous stories about those days. So when your question came in, I asked John, who's one of our IT geniuses here at the show. I'm like, wow, we have to be able to help Greg from Fayetteville get this phone to work. Because how cool would that be? And you have to do like a TikTok video or something, Greg, with this phone. Is that what you're going to do? I'm going to send you a link to this. Is that there's a brand, believe it or not, and the brand is Old Phone Works. That's the brand. And it's not cheap, but it's about a $65 converter that will convert the pulse dialing from this old rotary phone to the DTMF tones that are now used by VoIP equipment, modern equipment. And so I'll post a link to this over at Komando.com inside the Komando community. And when it works, I'm telling you, you know what? You would be like the cool guy on TikTok if you could have, maybe next time that we talk, Greg, is that you call me on the old rotary phone from the 1935 phone from your dad's house. And then you record that as a TikTok video, and everybody be like, what? Mind blown. What is going on with that? Yes. Post a link over inside the Komando community. Stay right where you are. It's a creepy scene. Maybe is Facebook really listening to your conversations? The answer is still to come this hour of the Kim Komando Show. Hey, just a quick reminder is that if you go to komando.com/free guide for a limited time, we are giving away a Windows guide and a Mac guide. Some shortcuts and tips and tricks and secrets that you're going to need to know and you're going to love and use time and time again. It's absolutely free. Head over to komando.com/free guide. Once again, that's komando.com/free guide. All right, it's a creepy scene, isn't it? Immediately after having a private personal conversation, this online ad just pops up and you're like, ooh, dude, where did that come from? From a technical standpoint, Facebook and other apps, they can have full access to your phone's microphone to listen in and record everything you say, even if the app is not running. So snooping can easily be done, but let's keep them honest. So what I want you to do is on your iPhone, Open your settings, go into privacy and microphone, and uncheck any apps that have access to your phone's mic. And then on Android, look under settings and applications to stop any apps from tapping into your phone's mic. Because what's happening then is that Facebook may not be listening, but another app is, and then they're selling all that data over to Facebook. So that's why you suddenly are seeing ads for stuff, and you're like, hot tubs? How come I'm seeing an ad for hot tubs? I just talked about that with my wife. It happened to me with hiking in Patagonia. Hey, listen, stay right where you are. Another hour of the show's coming up that you don't want to miss here on the Westar Multimedia Network. You got me. It's Kim Komando today, and I'm here with you just the facts and tips you need to thrive in our digital world. Or, as I like to say, to live the best digital life ever.